Hello and welcome to Birmingham Cameras Online. I'm Jules Call. Today we're going high-end and taking a look at the Fujifilm GFX 50S. If you want the best image quality you can get, this is the camera to look at. Now you will need to be prepared to shoot in the slightly more methodical manner the camera demands, but when you do, you'll be rewarded with some truly stunning results. So let's go through the main features of the GFX 50S. It's a medium format camera with 51.4 megapixel CMOS sensor and there's a 3.2 inch touchscreen. It's compact and lightweight for a medium format camera and it's got a detachable electronic viewfinder. So what are the highlights we can expect? Breathtaking image quality, ergonomic controls, a weather sealed body and very accurate autofocus. You might be asking yourself, if I can get a 50.6 megapixel full frame DSLR from another brand, why should I be bothered with Fujifilm's GFX 50S? Well, the simple answer is sensor size. The GFX 50S sensor is 1.7 times larger than a full frame chip, so you get much bigger pixels. And the result is better light gathering capabilities, resulting in better low light performance and better dynamic range. Now that's just half the story because the larger sensor delivers a different aesthetic with a shallower depth of field at any given focal length. We were very lucky to have Fujifilm expert Drew Gardner over from the UK for a training day especially for Birmingham Cameras customers. So for all the Fujifilm fans who are watching out there now, let's run through a little bit of the tech spec. What are the facts and figures about it?
Well, the beating heart of this camera is the sensor. It's a medium format sensor which is around 50% bigger than a full frame DSLR sensor. But that's backed up by Fuji's expertise in processors, and they've got their own processor in there, which means that the camera is very high powered, it's very responsive, it's really great, snappy to use, it's not laggy at all. It's just what you want. It gives you maximum performance just when you need it.
Now you could be forgiven for thinking that a medium format camera could be a bit more daunting to use than a DSLR or mirrorless camera, but the reality is that if you've used Fujifilm camera before, you'll feel right at home with the GFX 50S. On the whole, as we've come to expect from Fujifilm, the GFX 50S is a very well thought out camera. So how does it perform? It's got 3 frames per second burst shooting. The touchscreen integration works really well and it's got a 400 shot battery life. However, as you'd expect, where the GFX 50S really shines is the level of detail on offer from the 51 megapixel sensor. It is simply breathtaking. That level of detail would be impressive in itself, but when you factor in the breadth of the camera's dynamic range, then you can appreciate just how good the sensor is. Overall, when it comes to the Fujifilm GFX 50S, the image quality is the best we have seen. With its shot-saving dynamic range and impressive ISO performance, the GFX 50S is a pleasure to shoot with. Medium format digital cameras are not for everyone, but for those wanting the ultimate in image quality, the GFX 50S is the camera to pick. For more information, call into us in store. I'm Jules Call, keeping things in focus for Birmingham Cameras.